Shalom, shalom. I'm going to start off this video by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elder bishops, a great millstone that rule well, that teach well while learning truth. 100% according to the Bible. I also want to say shalom to the elect, the 144,000 men, prophet service scattered abroad the four corners of the earth. And shalom to you, Akwaf, which are you sisters that are sincere in your children. Shalom. And in today's video, as you can see, going to be a video from Dabu77, just touching on the information, the things that are currently happening in the world. And as you brothers and sisters can see from the title of this video, it says World War III. Trump just ordered nuclear submarines to get into strike positions to hit Russia if needed. You see? So like I said, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is moving things speedily. You know, we're in the end, man. You know, in the end of this man, Esau Edom's, the so-called white man's rulership. We're coming to the end of this guy, man. You see? And we can see that each day that goes by, we're getting closer and closer to these prophecies coming to pass. And we know World War III is a part of prophecy. You see? And we know it is going to come, man. And it's only a matter of time. But we're seeing the buildup that's leading to it. You see? And I'm actually grab this precept right here, because this is the time and season that we're in. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 3. I'm going to start at verse 1. To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven, right? And I'm going to read on down to verse 8, because verse 8 is the point. It says, verse 2, a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted. Verse 3, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to break down and a time to build up, right? Verse 4, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance. Verse 5, a time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones together, a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing, right? Verse 6, a time to get and a time to lose, a time to keep and a time to cast away. Verse 7, a time to rend and a time to sow, a time to keep silence and a time to speak. You see? Verse 8, it says a time to love and a time to hate and a time of war and a time of peace. You see? And that's the time of season that we're in, man. We're in a time of war. So that's why you ultimately see these things happening, these conflicts, these back and forths between these nations, because it's ultimately leading up to the will of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai being fulfilled, which is going to be this battle of Armageddon that's going to come, man. You see, because that's what all of these things are leading up towards, you see. And I'm actually going to play the video so we can hear what it is the guy is saying, all right? Fair use on the 1976 Copyright Act. Not getting paid for this video. This is only for educational purposes, only fair use.
It seems Donald Trump has just upped the ante between Russia and the United States here. He has openly responded to the former president of Russia, Medvedev, who has made some pretty wild statements as of late in terms of nukes, in terms of them using them if forced to. And Trump is now strong-arming and firing back, and he has posted on his Truth Social what you can see here. He's responding to these provocative statements made from Russia, and he says that he has ordered in response 2 nuclear submarines to be positioned in the appropriate regions, just in case these foolish and inflammatory statements are more than just that. He says words are very important and can often lead to an unintended consequence. I hope this will not be one of those instances. Thank you for your attention on this matter. That is what Trump states on his Truth Social. He has ordered nuclear subs into position somewhere. We don't know where. He hasn't let that be known, obviously, and they're creeping. So this is like an open threat to Russia of nuclear war, that if you want to run your mouth, we've got nuclear subs positioned to strike and hit at any time. So I would pay attention to these things, because this isn't the Trump of the last administration. As you've seen, they will back strikes even.
Right. And he's absolutely right, because it's not the Trump of the last administration, because Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is putting his spirit on this man to fulfill his will and to bring forth these prophecies. You see, because Trump is going to be the president, man, you know, that brings in World War III. You can already see it from this man's behavior and his pride that, hey, he's going to lead this place, America, to his downfall and the downfall of these Edomites. Trump is going to be that guy. You can see it. The picture is painted clear, man. Right. But I'm going to grab this precept right here, because this is the time of season we're in. Revelations 11 and 14. The second woe was past, right? Talking about World War II. It was already taken past, you know. And behold, the third woe cometh quickly, right? Which is talking about this war that ultimately is about to occur between all these nations that we see the build up towards, you see? And I'm actually grab this precept as well, you see? 1 Thessalonians 5:3, because this is the time of season that we're in, because you've been hearing them talking a lot about peace lately. You see, peace in Ukraine and Russia, peace in Ukraine and Russia, peace in Israel and Iran. That's what these people have been talking about for the last few months, man. But we see that things are only continuing to escalate, man, and that peace is not coming. You see, even though that's what they have told the people and making a lot of you people out there that don't know prophecy to believe that good times is coming. No, man, what's coming is destruction, man. You see, that's what Yahweh Shem Yahushua is bringing to this earth. Right. So it says, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. You see, and that's the time and season we're in, man, where a destruction is going to come suddenly, man, when you people are not expecting it, especially you people out there in the world, man, especially the people here in Babylon the Great, because they're not watching at all, especially the 2/3 of the nation of Israel. They're caught up with all of the different types of cares and affairs of this life. They're not paying attention to what's happening around them, man, and how things are intensifying prophetic wise, you see. But I'm going to read on down. This is verse 4. It said, but ye brethren are not in darkness, that day should overtake you as a thief. You see, so when all of these evils actually do begin to come forward, you see, the men of the Lord, the hopeful elect men and women, we're going to be in the right place spiritually, man, because we've been preparing ourselves through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. We've been watching these events, and to be honest, a lot of us were waiting on them to happen because we know we're getting closer and closer to the return of our Lord, man. You see, so we get excited when we see events like this happening because we know that we're getting closer to that day, man. You see, so these days are not going to overtake us as a thief because we're watching, we're paying attention, we're being circumspect as the Lord have told us to do. You see, Ephesians 5:15-17. See then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, man. Redeeming the time because the days are evil, right? Be not unwise, therefore, but understanding what the will of the Lord is, roughly paraphrasing it. And we know the will of the Lord is to bring forth all of these evils and these disasters. You see, so we're not ignorant of that. So we're always watching. We're in the spirit of paying attention to what's going on around us, right? As what the Lord have told us to do. You see, he told us to be in the spirit of prophecy, to be occupied. Sirach 39:1. So we're supposed to be doing those things, right? This is verse 5. Ye are all the children of light and the children of the day. We are not of the night nor of darkness, you see. So we're not going to be caught up with the cares and the affairs of this life like these people, man. We're not going to be in darkness so that these days that are coming is going to overtake us suddenly. No, it's not, because we're paying attention. We're watching the things that are happening around the world concerning these nations and different armies and militaries and the threats that they're making towards one another. We know that things are heating up. So, hey, we're not going to be ignorant of these things. We're not going to be ignorant of the times and seasons that we're in. You see, the scriptures tell you in 2nd Esdras 9:1 to measure the times diligently in itself, you see. And that's what we're doing. We're measuring the times, man. We're seeing what the scriptures are saying, and we're applying it with what we see occurring in the earth, right? Verse 6, therefore let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober. And that's what we got to constantly be in the spirit of doing, brothers. You see, especially as men that are in this truth that are teaching, we got to constantly be in the spirit of watching, man, because a lot of things are happening, man. You see, and the Lord is speeding things up, kicking things in high gear, and it's only a matter of time before, these things that we're seeing happening, they actually kick off, and things actually begin to happen, you see. And I'm actually get another precept on that. This is 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 7 in KJV. It said, but the end of all things is at hand. And that's what a lot of these people in this world don't understand, that we're living in the end of Esau, the so-called white man and his rulership, his power structure, that's what's about to come to an end. And it's going to catch a lot of these people off guard because they don't know what season we're in. They don't know what's happening around them. They don't know we're living in very prophetic times and that the Lord is getting ready to judge this place. These people have no idea what's going on, you see. So we can't be in the spirit of these people that are in the world that are asleep. We got to be in the spirit of being sober-minded, you see. So it says, but the end of all things is at hand. Be ye therefore sober and watch unto prayer. And that's what we got to continue to do, Akim and Akwaf, watching as well as praying, paying attention to what's happening and praying and hoping that the Lord has mercy upon us because we know what's coming, you see, out of all of these things that are occurring, So, yeah, that's pretty much everything I had to say with today's video. Lord's willing to be edifying. Just a little quick update through the spirit. Till the next time, I'm going to say shalom.